Prosecutors also questioned Cohen about his role in the so-called catch-and-kill scheme with the National Enquirer that eventually led to the alleged agreement with Stormy Daniels. NewsNation's Caitlyn Becker is live for us at the courthouse in downtown Manhattan. And Caitlyn, it is all built up to this moment. What did we learn today?
Yeah, Elizabeth, there are two people in this world who know what these payments were really for, and those two people are Donald Trump and Michael Cohen. Now, we know Donald Trump has said from the get-go that the payments that were made from the Trump Organization, checks that he signed to Michael Cohen, were retainer agreements. These were legal fees. That's Donald Trump's. That is what he has maintained this whole time. But Michael Cohen got on the stand today, the only other person who can tell you what they are, and told the jury under oath, and we know he has perjured himself in the past, but he told them under oath they were not retainer fees. These were reimbursements for the money that he paid Stormy Daniels to keep her story quiet about an alleged affair. That is the first thing that really stood out to me today. It's the one side of the case that the prosecution needs to prove. The other side, Elizabeth, I have a quote that I want to read you from Michael Cohen today that really gets to the question of, was this done in order to influence the electorate? And were these documents falsified in order to hide that paper trail? And Michael Cohen said, quote, "This is how Donald Trump reacted to when the Stormy Daniels story got out." He said, quote, "Women will hate me. Guys will think it's cool, but women will hate me. This is going to be a disaster for the campaign." Now, those were two really big points, but Michael Cohen spent hours and hours and hours on the stand today laying out this catch-and-kill scheme, how he worked with the Trump Organization and Donald Trump, actually being very flattering to Donald Trump earlier in his testimony. Of course, we know they're quite at odds now. There is no love lost between these two.
All right. Caitlyn, there was a lot of bad blood between Trump and Cohen, as you just said. How did the former president react to that testimony?
You know, this was not what I expected today. I expected something like the Stormy Daniels testimony where the former president was really irate at his table. He barely even glanced at Michael Cohen today, and Michael Cohen today barely even glanced at him. They almost gave this kind of scorned lovers vibe where they pretended like the other one didn't exist. Donald Trump was shuffling papers at his table and didn't even look like he was paying attention to him, though of course we know he was. But more importantly, Elizabeth, the jurors were paying attention. They were leaning forward and they were taking notes.
Yeah, by all accounts from everybody in the courtroom, they were riveted by everything Michael Cohen had to say. Whether they believe him will be another matter. Caitlyn Becker, live outside the courtroom. Thank you. Thanks so much for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.